So I'm gonna go over the phone sales projection sheet that we use to calculate how much output you can expect from your front-end conversions, right? So when it comes to outbound phone sales, we use these KPIs and these things that I'm going to cover to be able to adequately project how much output you can do, and then what we're looking at. When I got this, comes down to a few things. Start with the number of contacts that you're getting, right? And we've got contacts broken down into 3 different categories. You've got prospects, which are anybody that has opted in, leads, anybody that has not purchased with your account, right? So prospects, very top of the list, but they are the least converting. So when we look at prospects and we have our conversion rates for those, we're closing those at like a 10% close rate. So a 10% close rate on those leads means we do not focus on those. Declines and abandons are the next type of contact that we work with. These we actually close at 80 to 90% close rate on those, but most people have a very low amount of declines and abandons that are coming in, so we do not focus on that. We focus our efforts on customers. Our sales process is based around welcoming customers into the program and then upselling them a customized package or a solution that fits their needs, right? So we look for a minimum number of at least 100 daily customers coming in, because that is the amount that one agent can actually cover, right? So out of 100 customers that we're doing there, the next figure that we look at is the front-end AOV. How much are they purchasing on your front-end funnels in your upsell sequence, right? Front-end meaning anything except phone sales. So we look for an average of $100 front-end AOV, right? We use that number as the benchmark to tell us a few things about the avatar, how much they're spending, their affluence, you know, what they're purchasing already. But we use that to multiply that for our back-end AOV and how much we're able to produce on the phones based on a few different things. So I'm just gonna keep that in there. Right now we've got 100 customers coming in at $100 front-end AOV, right? The next number that we look at is our answer rate. Typical rate that we're seeing across the board is 10%, right? So we have 100 customers, 10% yields us 10 conversations, and our close rate being 30%, this is our benchmark, 30% means that we get 3 transactions, right? So out of 100 customers, we call every single customer, we're getting 10% of them on the phones, that's 10 conversations, closing 3 deals, that's 3 transactions, right? So here's where we get to our back-end AOV. Our back-end AOV can range anywhere from 3 to 9 times the front-end AOV, and that's based on a few different factors. Those are listed here. We got product catalog, the audience, what's the avatar, who are we dealing with, the severity of the problem that's being solved, the pricing that we have available to work with, and then the messaging, right? Marketing messaging, very important. But our baseline for this is 300. So I'm gonna do a 3x multiple, which will be $300, right? Any account that we work with on the phones has a minimum of 3 additional products for us to sell. So if somebody's buying $169 supplement and we have 3 additional products available to sell, we're gonna be able to hit that $300 mark simply by selling additional products or matching what they already bought on the front end, a 1, 3, or a 6 bottle with the same amount or the same quantity of these additional products. That's how we get to 300. So if we do 3 sales of $300, we just did $900 in a single day, right? Which would get us to 27. That would be 27,000 in a whole month. So 27K in sales that we could expect to produce from that scenario. All right. So let me get a little bit deeper. Normally what we do is we have existing case scenario, better, and best. So if we keep doing this, we have another customer that's getting 100 customers, still $100 AOV. Let's just bump the answer rate now to 20%, which is double, right? So now we have 20 conversations. And after the initial testing period, when we start working out what script is, the avatar, and working through some of the variables, we can expect that the close rate can actually go up, right? Let's go to 40% here on the close rate, right? That's gonna give us the 8 transactions from the same amount of customers on the front end. And then this time, let's say we have more products available for us to work with. We have a better product catalog. So I'm gonna go with a 5x multiple this time. So that'll give us, let's make that a 500. 500, which gives us, what is that number? 4K per day? 4,000. per day, and that's going to get us all the way up to 60K in a month. 60K per month. Huge difference just by simply doubling the answer rate, or going to 10% from 10 to 20, and a 10% increase in deals that we can close. $200 difference here on the product catalog. So 500 bucks on an AOV is really, really, really good. That's our average AOV that we're seeing across the board, and we're looking for anywhere from 8 to 10 products in the catalog. All right, now let's go to best case scenario, and this is really where the mecca of most of our clients are at or want to get at, and we get them there within a few months of just working with them by following the same stuff that we normally do. So let's say we have a customer now that's doing 500 customers per day, same front end of 100 AOV, that's the front end AOV of 100. We're gonna keep the answer rate at 20%, which is gonna give us 100 conversations. All right, our benchmark, our close rate, what we're actually doing within our accounts right now, we're closing at 60%. So if we can do that, 60 transactions, 100 conversations, 60 of them are closed, that's 60 transactions that we're putting through. I'm gonna keep the AOV at 300 up here, which would give us 30K. That's 30K a day, right? And that puts us at 900K. Just shy of $1 million if we get to 500 customers coming in with 20% answer rate, 60% close rate, back-end AOV of 300 bucks, 30K a day, 900K in a whole month. That's how we do the sales projections to calculate the numbers of how much we can expect in terms of output from these efforts. Now, I mentioned earlier, product catalog, big driver for how big this number can get. Who is your audience, your avatar? Who are we speaking to on the phones? What is the problem that is being solved? Is it weight loss? Is it gut health? Is it diabetes, blood sugar, blood pressure? Those problems have a bigger severity and are way more likely to yield a bigger AOV on the back end. Working with pricing, obviously, we like to sell premium price products, premium quality products, so that we can actually have a better price and not compete on pricing. If we're selling a $19 product versus a $69 supplement, we much prefer selling a $69 supplement, right? And I haven't even talked about high ticket coaching yet. This is all $69 supplements, individual units, 12 6-month packages. And then lastly, the messaging. The messaging on the marketing has to be very congruent, and it has to be aligned to tee up an additional sale, right? If you're selling a single supplement as the magic bullet, as the one thing that they have to do, if they just take this one pill, they're gonna lose 20 pounds and they don't have to exercise, they don't have to eat clean, they don't have to do anything else, it's gonna be really tough to sell something additional on the phones because the messaging is not aligned, right? We have to make sure that the marketing messaging on the front end presents the problem as a long-term solution and as a part of a bigger lifestyle change. Not just the silver bullet, just take this one thing, your life is gonna change. We don't do that. Those are claims. We're not gonna do any of that stuff. So there you have it. Back-end AOV with those things here, and that's how you calculate your outbound sales performance.